the States. I'm about to stream Amazon Studios Crucible, which is only just launched. It's only available on Steam, but the reason that I think it fits into my remit is that it's obviously a precursor to Project Tempo. Now, just a little bit of housekeeping. I am not 100% sure that I'm echoing to you, so don't just if you can just let me know in chat how this is sounding. The reason is I've moved everything to hello. Why is it suddenly whinging at me? I've moved everything to PC from Mac because I was getting awful quality internet, and ironically, it seems to have. Yeah, thanks, Anthony. So if I let me see if I turn off my monitoring there, you should now be able to hear me without the feedback. Does that sound okay now, guys? Just let you catch up with my thinking. So I'm not seeing anything on screen that would give you an echo. And we'll have to see if I can get the sound through as well. Now, I have no idea why, but YouTube is telling me this is a poor connection, whereas everything's looking fine at this end. We'll go along with it and see what happens. Hopefully, it'll all come out in the wash. But yeah, if you can just let me know if that sounds okay to you, and then we'll get stuck into Crucible and see what we think. You can even let me know if you can't see me. Let's have a look. YouTube is telling me this is a poor connection. Okay, looks fine to me, I think. Right, okay. I can't win, can I? Let me turn this up. Does that sound any better there? Oh, thanks for the feedback, by the way. That's really important. So I'll just push that up there. Does that sound? Is that louder for you? Yeah. Sorry about this. All this new stuff. I'm trying to get used to it. It just technically seems to work better for me on Windows. Thanks, Clive. How is that sounding, guys? Because I want to get on with the stream. Is that all right? Is it all right? I'm going to assume it is because I can see quite a bar, and I'm a quiet chap by my nature anyway. So what we have here is Crucible, Amazon Studios, literally launched. I'm not sure what the date is today. The date is the 21st. It was literally launched yesterday. And it passed me by. I actually did mean to look at it yesterday as well, and it just caught my eye. So I just downloaded it from Steam on the Windows. I've got it ready to go. So a little bit of an. Again, let me know if the game sound is too high. I'll turn that down.
Rah.
It's loud for me if it's not for you. So just let me know if that's too loud for you. All right, select a tutorial character.
You called?
Blimey. She looks badass.
Fine choice. Me, huh?
Right, I think we'll go with this alien-looking fella.
Raring to go.
Space confirm. Is the audio okay for you guys? How about the video?
Let's go.
I care about you, and thanks for turning up as well. Hi Jay, hi Anthony, hey Clive. It's really good to see you guys. All right, Crucible. So it's multiplayer PvP, designed for Twitch predominantly.
Hello, Hunter.
I've not seen
Welcome
any of
to
the
the Crucible
reviews, so
Orbital Station.
No idea
You are about to begin the Unity Safety Training Simulation for independent contractors.
how it works.
Please state your name and designation.
I've never played a game on this
The name's Earl.
machine either.
Just Earl is fine.
Welcome, Just Earl.
Just Earl.
Please pay attention.
My
as your
name is
safety
Earl.
is important to us.
So, is this like a liability thing,
This is loud in
or
my ears. don't want to mess about with the settings. That's better. Right, so we're in training. Let's go down to... Cool. Well, I don't think you wanted to do that. So, yeah. Space to jump. F1 to see abilities. Now we're going to have fun, because I'm not sure that I can do F1 on this keyboard. There we go. F1. Alright, abilities. Turbo fire. Afterburner. Tanking up. Blowback vents. Hey, Robert. Yeah, I'm afraid so. I am always... One of these days I'll get the tech right. Hey, Mike. Blowback vents and upshift. So left shift, Q, E, and right mouse button. Yeah, we'll find all this stuff out as we go. Let's get back out of there. One of these buttons does it. Ooh. You've got to bear with me, guys. I tend to use my Mac. This is a Mac, by the way. I'm running Windows on it. Oh, you know what? I'm turning the bleeding brightness down. Get me out of here. Thank you. Right then. That's all well and good. Oh, there we go. Scanning. Move to the waypoint. Shall do.
Essence is a priceless substance found only on planet Crucible. It can alter the physical properties of matter in a way that science is just beginning to understand.
Planet Crucible.
Oh, keyword there is priceless. Come to Papa.
Well, wonder if that's a little ironic joke there, like Unity. Because it wasn't built with Unity. It was built with, I forget the name of it now, Timberwood or Timberlake or Justin or something. Anyway, it's an offshoot engine. I forget where it offshooted from. Quake, I think. I may be wrong. Left control, detect. Right, okay. Scanning. Collect all the essence. Right. Alright, so that's... yeah. So yeah, the reason that I thought I would... hey Chase, I've literally just fired it up, mate. You've joined me I'm purely in the training session. So the reason I thought I'd cover this, because clearly it's a Steam PC based game, it's not cloud based at all, but it is the first output from Amazon Studios, who will of course be leading the charge as far as Project Tempo is concerned, which is all that we know at the moment for the code name for Amazon's cloud gaming service. So it's worth having a look, because this is, if nothing else, an indicator of the quality of their first party output. Use movement ability, fire weapon, okay.
The plants and animals of Crucible contain essence. Destroy them to collect it.
Now I've not messed about with the settings on my
Sorry,
laptop.
guys. It's not personal.
So it's almost certainly 1080p. That's the sort of extreme on that anyway. Lumberyard, thanks Mike. And it was Wingnut, thanks Mike.
Gathering essence makes you stronger and unlocks powerful upgrades.
Oh, no.
Use these
Usability
upgrades to
4.
crush your opponents.
Alright, well I've used that one by the look of it. So let's go
Nothing
with
like an upgrade.
Q. Q
Refreshing.
Gives him a Red Bull apparently. E.
Get back!
I've no idea what ability 4 does. I've got to go back to those. Somehow get back to the F1 buttons. That's the brightness. You really don't want to use that one, Rock. Okay. Whoop. Get out of it. I don't know. Anyway, essence, usability 1, usability 2, and somehow get the F1 key to work. Yeah, I mean graphically it's kind of, well, it's kind of you know, Apexy, I suppose, which was pretty much what we'd expected. I'm determined to find out how to get these So that's the brightness, and that's the brightness. That doesn't affect it in any way, and that's the brightness. So that is F1 as far as I can see, and that's not an ability. It's a brightness. Okay, control is that scanning. Alright. Right, we're gonna have fun here. Left
Refreshing.
control to detect. Left control detects. That's that. Don't really know how to get the F1 key up if you haven't got it selected as a function key. Is it shift or? No, it's not shift. Shift was that thing, whatever that does. So I've only got these keys that I can change F1 with. Yeah, it's only on Steam. As far as I'm aware, they're only looking to bring it out on Steam. And I think the reason for that, Robert's question was, is it only on Steam? I think the reason for that is that this is essentially, that's the most neutral platform, right? You can't give it to any of the others because they want to retain complete control of their IP, as I see it. So by putting it on Steam, they get to reach an audience there, because of course they haven't as yet launched Tempo, so they can't put it on Tempo. They will. I'm absolutely convinced of that. So I don't think we're ever going to see it on any other platform. I don't think Amazon is interested in penetrating other platforms. I think they're all about keeping things to Tempo. And I can't progress until I've worked out how to. The only reason I need to get I did get it up. I wonder if I have to hold it down. It's because the problem is that the problem is if I don't get F1 up, I can't have a look and see what those options were. Oh, it's down the bottom, isn't it?
Hang on!
There you go. It tells me down the bottom. Go! Right, move. Now we can go. Apologies for that. You can edit that bit out when you watch it again. Oh no, it's too cute to kill. Pick up the essence. Not sure what the essence does yet, other than I think it's filling that bar down the bottom there, isn't it? This looks like a glass door. Yep. Can't get through there. Move to the waypoint, which is it's either here or on the other side. Steam, yeah, I mean on a MacBook, obviously I've got Windows installed as boot camp, so it's essentially running an unencumbered version of Windows. It'll go around here. So it's essentially a Windows PC when it's in this mode. And actually, I've had to move all my streaming stuff over to Windows because I was just getting way too many problems with my Mac. And Friday night, I want to do some really complex stuff on Rockstars at night. So
then use them to heal any injuries.
it was making me feel rather down yesterday, having spent
Just
a
what
week.
the doctor ordered.
Pick up the medkit F. Having spent a week putting everything together for Friday for tomorrow night. When I came to do some final tests, it was just bombing on the Mac. It was just overheating, and it was really unhappy. So on the same machine, I've moved it to Windows, and it's working fine. So that's just the way of development, I guess. Sorry, heal with a medkit, which is G. I need to pay attention. Anybody tells you playing a game and talking is easy. I know I did kill Spyro. It's interesting you say that.
Information
I think
is
there will
power.
be. I I think
Enter
there
detect
are quite a
mode
lot
to
of
help you locate Crucible's
borrowed
dangers
ideas in
and
this game.
objectives.
Detect the harvester, left control. So
You know, it's just like playing hide and seek with the kids,
there we go.
except lower stakes.
That's the harvester. View the map. There we go. We rotate around the map. No, it doesn't appear that you can do anything with the map at all in terms of movement and viewing and what have you. But anyway, place a marker, it says. Place one up there, look. That's me. I don't know how I'm supposed to put a marker in.
Look,
Oh, I see.
what the heck is that?
Don't know what use that was, to be honest with you. Hey Victor. So yeah, there is a marker. Don't know where my die, Spyro. Right, there's this.
An essence harvester
Harvester.
provides a steady stream of essence to the hunter who captures it.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Be aware
Press
that
F
other
to
hunters
capture.
can steal your harvesters by recapturing them.
So this is when
that
I looked at this
sounds
on a
less
recent
good.
walk around the clock. This is where I was saying this feels very much like Gambit on Destiny, in the sense that you have this kind of banking setup. I'm sure it's not, but it certainly kind of felt that way. So what now? Punch, quick melee.
Punching an enemy knocks them back and interrupts any interacts.
Move to the waypoint. Will do. Right, let's punch this spider. Oh. Spewed out all over me. So G is a medic kit. Let me see if I can just get to the waypoint so we can find out how to play this dance. Let me know if the audio is... Get any issues with the audio at all, guys? I've got really loud in my headphones, but I don't mess around with it too much. Okay, pick up the essence. I don't think there's a run. I may be wrong. But you know, often if you hold down the shift key on the keyboard, you can run. If you hold down the shift key on this, you get that pick up a medkit. You get that burner thing, like this, which I guess is a way of getting around fast. So it's an alternative to running. And then you can see the countdown at the bottom right that's signifying when it's going to be next up. So you only get a few seconds of burst. I'm just going to see if I can just... Excuse me 1 second. Ooh. I want to try and turn the headphones down a bit. Without blowing everything up here. Right, okay, get back to the game.
This leak has now been launched. You have been subpoenaed as a witness.
I've been subpoenaed.
Classified, huh? Sounds like a Unity.
I don't know
got
why I
themselves-
mysteriously
While
find the word
Crucible,
subpoena
various events can
humorous.
change the tide of battle.
I'm such a
For
child.
example, this damage
Let's get out of the
amplifier
map.
will boost your damage output.
Subpoena, subpoena. Right, let's pick. Nice.
Don't mind if I do.
How rude. God, it's so weird going back to keyboard and mouse. Pick that one up. Well, it's a bit of a training. There's certainly a bit of training that you've got to go through. F, capture the damage amplifier. What's the damage amplifier? Up there, okay. Bit of jumping. So, it certainly kind of feels like that Apex comic-y humour type thing. which is okay. I mean, it's interesting to watch, I guess. It depends on their target demographic.
Events such as damage amplifiers can be helpful for defeating your enemies. Some events can also introduce dangerous new challenges.
Dangerous new
Like
challenges.
this hive.
Whoa, look at the size of that thing.
That's what she said.
Come on, Misty. We can
Yeah,
take this thing
it's
down.
kind of, what would you say, Apex, what's the other one that's kind of cartoony? Looks like you've got to shoot that essence stuff. And a little bit like Anthem as well. That was something else that I had said when I saw the gameplay release trailer thing. It was kind of, felt like a mix between Anthem style-wise and Gambit in terms of gaming, but as I said, that's probably not doing it justice. Sorry about this, got to go through the old training before we can be let loose on the world, apparently. There you go. Let's go rid of that one.
Congratulations, Just Earl. This concludes the Unity Safety Training
My
demonstration.
name is Earl.
Hear that, Misty? We made the cut.
Ain't going for that. Ain't going for that. Hey Hendo, how are you, bro? It's great to see so many people turning up. Thank you for that. It's interesting, isn't it, to see what this is all about, really. I think the significance of it being Amazon is the key here. You know, if it was any old independent studio, I wouldn't be that fussed. But it ain't. It's Amazon.com. I mean, they've obviously released games in the past. They do a lot of mobile stuff, don't they? Android stuff. But what have we got going on here? Create an account and play the tutorial during pre-season. What does that mean? Oh, next prestige level reward 3, return to lobby. Right, here's yellow. So here we can invite people. Settings. Oh, we've got a battle pass. They're always good for a laugh, aren't they? So
Like
unlock stuff.
a hot knife through you.
Long-term stuff. Free. So yeah. I mean, it's a free-to-play, by the way. I don't think I said that, but it is like all free-to-plays. You know, pay for a battle pass, pay for a cosmetic. Very much in the kind of battle royale, Fortnite, Apex type arena from that perspective. View battle pass skins. Big L's burgers. Yeah, right. Show us your burgers, Al. Mad Mouse. Oh, cute. Do you know, it also reminds me a little bit of the kind of quality of graphics on Crater. I mean, yeah, I'm sure that this is way beyond what can be achieved with Crater, but it's an interesting point. Oh, there's the store. All right, let's have a look and see what we're looking at there then. So we're using a U. We've got 1,000 up here. That we looks like we get 1,000 straight out the bat. I hit the plus. There you go. 500's £4. 1,100. That's interesting because if we look at the price of some of that stuff, so here's just a character by the look of it. 2 items in a bundle. A skin and a hunter. Okay. And that is going to set you back. So it's got a bit of a discount going on here, though. It's going to set you back 1,875, whatever those things are. 25% discount. It's probably a launch discount. And we know, therefore, that to buy that one, pick that up, we'd have to pay £7. So there you go, straight off the bat. Or for £63, you can have 10,000 of your U's. Not for me. And then we've got a battle pass and a founders bundle. The battle pass $9.50, so I'm guessing that just gives you access to the battle pass. So a bit like Destiny, you've got one level that unlocks if you've purchased the pass, and a level that is free and not as good. And then there's some founders packs, battle pass. I mean, I never knock this because ultimately, if they were selling it for £60 and it was all in, people would pay 60 quid, right? 60 bucks. So the fact that you can buy that and a bit of that and something else, and maybe it comes to 40 bucks, and you've got a game with all that stuff in, well, you know, you pay your money, it takes your choice, don't you? So I'm not again to in-game micropayment stuff, except when it's fairly squarely aimed at people who don't necessarily have a lot of money, or are kids, and then I just find it a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the home. So we've got some bonuses. Look, activate goo plants. Sorry, got to activate a couple of those. Play matches. Let's do it. Heart of the Hives. That's game mode. Oh right, okay. So we've got 2 game modes. Kill the gigantic hive, and you and a friend. Well, I haven't got a friend with me at the moment, so we'll go with Heart of the Hives, which is pre-selected. We've got some level of battle pass, which we can probably try and get. Let's do it. Let's get Earl out there. It's searching for presumably either other players or a map. It's matchmaking. Okay. I don't know to what level they've integrated this with Twitch. There was a lot being said about the integration with Twitch. It's going to be one of the games on Twitch, and I'm guessing that there'll be lots of stuff that you can get if you're a Prime member to add into the game. Maybe additional discounts or some free character stuff, some cosmetics. Probably fairly heftily compared to. Okay, just to pre-warn you guys, I have no idea why, but YouTube is saying that the signal's not great. I'm actually looking fine at my end. Hey Daz. So, apologies in advance if I go a bit wibbly wobbly. There have been some issues of late with YouTube. I've noticed it on other streams that I've been on, and I don't know why. Heart of the Hives, so it's 4v4. Hives drop hearts, collect 3 to win. Alright. Okay. Interaction shield. The only good thing about playing a day after release is everybody else hasn't had much experience either. So there'll be people running around like headless chickens. Or bots. I don't know if they've got any bots. Let's have a look and find out. Your ally will be choosing a drop point. Very battle royale-ish. He's picking A, so that's there. Well, I've no idea if that's good, bad, or indifferent. We'll soon find out, won't we? Just to let you know, I'm going to be on Club Stadia in, I think, an hour. I need to double check on that, which will be good fun. And tomorrow night, obviously, stars at night.
Misty, let's show this world who's boss.
You now have additional health.
I'm upside down. What's going on? Okay. Felt a bit laggy. That's the one thing I found. I haven't said a lot about it because I'm not sure how much of that is down to my MacBook. It's a fairly powerful beast and it's new, so I don't know, but there is a definite lag. I mean, having said that, I'm also running my streaming software. I'm also running YouTube. I've got this in one monitor, so you know, there's a few things that probably aren't helping it. To be fair.
Eyes on the prize.
Thanks, Stuart. Right, come here, you little feller. Who's that? You see, I don't even know if... Okay, well, red are the guys we're looking for. Oh, God, I tell you, this is quite laggy. I'm going to put it down to my system, but it'll be interesting to see what other people have to say about that are playing it. That isn't... No. Oh, yeah, he's red. Ah, mother! Surely that's an enemy, that can't be it. So you get these guys, which I guess you use to pick up essence. See, I don't know whether that little blue guy there, Hathgar, I've got a feeling that's a bot. Whoa, look at that. You must surely be getting, yeah, you're getting this. That lag isn't the stream. That is definitely at this end. I'm getting it on the game. So we've got Mighty Vax, Hrothgar, and Idolo, and I would put money on all three of those being bots, because they're not. I mean, they're not the kind of games you see, are they? On gamers, nobody calls himself Hrothgar. So, to be expected. It's only just launched. You either sit there and play nothing until people turn up, or they throw bots in. But that also probably means the enemies are bots as well. So, who knows? Yeah, Clive's saying lots of people in Twitch are playing it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, Clive, if there's some recruitment that's happening as well behind the scenes on Twitch, because it's Amazon. They own Twitch, don't they? So this is important to them, that this is known and gets them a reputation. I tell you now, though, I mean, look, I'm not running on a gaming PC. Let's be completely honest. I don't know. It's a 13 gig download, by the way, which is it's not insignificant, but it's also not huge these days. I have to say it's unplayable with the lag, though. If I was desperately wanting to play properly, all this is a first look, so we're just getting a feel for it. But that is it's probably about 15 frames per second at best for me, running on a local map.
Interaction shields incoming.
16 gig of RAM. I mean, it should be enough. But as I say, I've got a few bits and pieces running here as well. And normally I wouldn't be streaming a game that I'm running on the same machine. I would, obviously, if I'm 9 times out of 10, it's going to be Stadia, right? So it's either an Elgato feed or a display capture of a streaming game. So I'm reluctant to be the lady that doth protest too much, because it could just as well be my setup, in fairness. 90% certain is what it is. So, okay, what do? Let's hit M. Let's look at this map situation. Oh, something just happened when I went to the map. Dagnabbit. Where am I? That's presumably... I don't know which of these is me, to be honest. The one in the centre, I guess. I don't know for definite, though. There's a blue guy running away from me. There's a blue guy over here, and some kind of... Yeah, it's a bit laggy, Daz. It's not the stream, by the way. It's the game. But you can at the very least get a feel for it. Okay, so here's the harvester.
Going after the heart. Cover me, bozos.
Stompers detected inside the containment area.
Your ally owns this harvester. Oh, okay. So it's a protection job then. So let's have a quick look around the screen. This is something, I don't know about you, but I always miss this. I never look at the stuff around the screen.
Your opponents have captured a high part.
And then when I'm watching someone else play, or I see a screenshot, I think, oh, I've not seen that there before. But we've got
that's
100
what I call a big red.
1 minute and 6 until something. I'm guessing that's a shield or something there. 28 seconds until something else. That's probably one of those enemies that give you the essence when you kill them. The red team have scored in whatever they need to do to score. The health of all 3 bots looks pretty good. And I've got the ability to use all my abilities, as I can see it down there. And I've no idea where I've got to go. Right, I'm going to head towards that tree thing there. That looks like it's worth a shot.
Enemy nearby.
Speak to you later, Daz. Take care, mate. Thank you for popping in. Well, that's a medic kit. Medi-kit. We'll pick up that while we're here. That was F to pick that up. Okay. I suppose, I hadn't thought about this before, if I hit settings, I wonder if I can turn down the... Oh, there aren't any. Customer support, Amazon Games term of use. Well, let's try that. Resolution.
You can now move quicker.
Let's take the resolution down,
Fits.
see if it helps. VSync, frame rate, brightness. There's nothing amazing here, is there, in terms of setup? I'll take it down to 720. because it might just help to
Damage
make
boost
it a little bit
pods
less
incoming.
laggy. Laggy? Leggy schlag. Come in, get out of it. I pressed apply. Let me go. Let me go. I don't want to hit reset defaults. I want to get the heck out of it.
Location targeted.
Let's hit escape. Why not? Right. Okay. That's ugly, but better. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, 100% is my setup. Just not beast enough for a game. That's fair enough. We boarded. Surf the web. Right. Right, now that we've got that sorted, and it's still a little bit laggy, but it's not as bad. Yeah, minimum specs for me, I'm afraid. Clive's right for Clive with his brand new beast of a PC, which he didn't buy for games, but undoubtedly would knock my little Mac into the shade. But that's why we're into Stadia, folks. We don't have to worry about things like that.
Incoming.
No. Okay. I genuinely have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Let's have a look on the map. Have a little think about this. Right, I'm going to assume that that little whirlwind is me. Don't get caught outside the containment barrier when the death fog closes in. This Battle Royale. Battle Royale meets Gambit. Come on,
Location
Amazon.
marked. Location
Actually,
targeted.
okay, target. Mighty Vox. There we go. That's the target down there. I can
Check that out.
set that target and have a look on the map. For... Do you know what? I reckon I'd have to run this at 380. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but that essence, so kill him, you pick up essence, right? I have no idea what that essence does. Right, let's get to me tree. I've been looking at that bar along the bottom, but I thought that was where your essence goes, but it hasn't done anything, so I have to assume it isn't.
Stompers detected inside the containment area.
A stomper? See, I thought I went down to this tree. Ah, okay, look, I can see lots of red folk. We should be able to see by their names. If I bet all of them are running full-on proper. Oh, don't kill them. I need some glory. Oh, wow. Lag testing. There is no way I can avoid getting killed here. You can't even get 6 frames out of the thing. So that's one of my bot friends, I guess. It'd be interesting to know, actually. I wasn't able to see any of the names of the bot characters to establish if the enemies, is to establish if they were bots as well. But it's a guess. I wouldn't be surprised.
Your afterburner now not supported.
Windows 7 64-bit. Yeah, I mean, mine's all that.
Harvester
I
message
don't know why it's getting upset with me, to be honest. It was Windows 10 Pro, 16 gig of RAM, fairly beefy AMD card because I paid for an upgrade on the graphics card. 64-bit, obviously. Intel processor. It's i7, I think. I don't know. I'm not much into PC specs. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I may just need to upgrade DirectX and all that kind of malarkey. I literally only just set this up this morning. So it is highly possible that I've got some settings that aren't great. But I'm not overly worried. I'm not going to be doing a huge amount of gameplay. It's not my ambition for this channel. I just thought it would be interesting to have a look at Crucible. God blimey, I'm imagining the thumbs down on this stream. Guy, get some kit before you stream it, man. Rockstar, there I am. There's me. I'm orange. Green is whatever that is. Oh, this is a respawn points. Okay, so... Hiya. No, I can't. Thank you. I'm going to go there because I want to. Yeah, and it's 430 meg broadband.
Hang on. Working with
Come
the
on,
objective.
Misty. Let's
15
show
gig
this
available
world
space.
what
Yeah,
it
it's terabyte SSD drive. It's running off an SSD drive though, and that shouldn't be any issue. But it has got huge amount of space. Let's get to the tree. It's in the trees. It's coming. Little shout out to Kate. Full health, so I don't need that. Trees around the corner. Yeah, it does. OBS is a bitch. But having said that, it's only using 2.4% of my CPU at the moment. OBS. When I was on Mac, it was draining the hell out. Oh hello, got a mouse attacking me. Dag nabbit, I wasn't even watching. Yeah, when I was running this on Mac, Clive, it was using ridiculous amounts of CPU. I mean, it was even defying the laws of maths. I was getting 500 megs of CPU. But there you go. There you go. Right now, it's saying 3.1%. Not that I necessarily trust it, but if you are interested, I could certainly have a look for you. No, let's do the game. Let's do the game. I should do it for
I got a good feeling about
another
this.
7 minutes, and that'll be an hour. I think that's more than enough. Thanks, Rick. Appreciate you coming in, man. So, question, chat. Having had a glimpse of this game
Stoppers
so
detected
far, and
inside
I'm
the
sure you're
container
looking at it
area.
and thinking, I know what you should be doing there. Is it something that you would download and play? It's free. I'm trying to be as objective as I possibly can. It's a couple of things. Firstly, I'm not hugely into PvP. I don't mind it occasionally, but I'm not a massive fan.
Your opponents have
And
captured.
oh, they've captured all of our
Take me
harvesters.
home, Misty.
I prefer games that have a progress story, progression story. I'm not massively into the same thing for 30 minutes, and the same with sport. It's not a huge thing for me. But what you've got, I guess what you have to do is you have to look at this and say, well, does it compare to anything else? Would you play this over Destiny, for example, or I don't know, multiplayer in Division, or any of the other games that are kicking around at the moment? I don't know that I would. Don't know that I would. I don't know that it's bringing anything new. I mean, we've got Cloud coming in, Battle Royale style. It's kind of capture the flag, isn't it, in a way? So there's aspects of this that I can see are interesting. But I don't know that it would capture my interest. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'll take it down, Clive. Texture quality. There wasn't much to the texture quality in the first place, to be honest with you. Water, you don't really worry about that stuff, do you? Post-processing. Okay. I mean, I'm not overly worried. I wanted to check it out. I'm interested in what you guys think. I don't know. Yeah, it's not MMO or RPG, I would say, Eddie. It's just a straight PvP, bunch of different PvP games in the style graphically of maybe Apex, and borrowing just what I've seen, and I haven't played it very much, but what I've seen is that it borrows a lot from other games, so okay, I've toned it down, toned the graphics down quite a lot now, so it's a difficult one to pigeonhole without 16 gig of RAM I'm running on this one, which is as high as it goes on MacBooks. It's a MacBook Pro. So I've toned everything down. Look, if I was running it as a dedicated gaming PC, I wouldn't have OBS running, I wouldn't have YouTube on. I think that it's we'll go back out, but I don't want to. I'm not going to spend a lot of time there. I just want to see if the change of settings has helped at all. So yeah, it's kind of Guardians of the Galaxy-esque storyline-ish stuff with Apexy type. I keep saying Apex because I can't think to my mind there are three big. There's Fortnite, and this is kind of Fortnite-ish. There's PUBG, and this is definitely not that. And then there's the other one, which I think is Apex. Am I right with that? You guys will put me right, I'm sure. But it's that kind of comedic look, cartoon style, which that's pretty big. I also think it's a bit easier to develop because you don't have to put so much effort into textures as you do with something like Call of Duty that's based on realism. So you need a lot of high resolution photographic level quality sort of textures with that stuff. So have a quick look at the names. G Lantern. I'm still not convinced that they're anything other than bots. Upgrades. Okay. So you'd obviously need to know what these things are. I don't know whether these are upgrades or downgrades, but anyway, we'll go in and have a quick look. Yeah, it's PC only. It's free on PC. The only reason I'm streaming this is because it's Amazon Studios' first party game. After many years of development, not necessarily for this game, but certainly development full stop. So it's a precursor to their efforts in Project Tempo, which, as you know, is the code name for what I think will be known eventually as Prime Gaming. So it's okay. There is no campaign as such.
Come on, Misty, let's show this world who's boss.
Well, that is definitely no less laggy. So I've toned everything down. Interesting. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. No, I mean, look at that. It's literal freezes every so many frames. So I've taken it down to 720. I have taken all the textures and the shading and the shadows right down, and it genuinely doesn't feel especially more responsive than it did before. But I'd be interested to see when if any of you guys have or do download it. It'd be interesting to see whether you have a similar issue. So you pick up that harvester there. We have to capture the flag, essentially what this is. Capture the flag meets Gambit from Destiny. So you capture it, you take essence from it. There's something very similar in Warframe as well, which I've forgotten. Can't remember how that goes, but anyway, that's a similar kind of thing, a similar kind of look as well. So it feels to me. Hello. Well, it would help if I didn't freeze every 30 frames. Yeah, it feels to me like they've borrowed from a huge amount of different games, but with. It is essence capture the flag, isn't it? I'm really interested in the reviews. The reviews, I know the pre-release reviews weren't that kind. They were mixed. I think that's the good way of putting it. And it'll be interesting to see what the post-release reviews come through like. So, keep an eye on Rotten Tomatoes. And we'll see what that. Is it Rotten Tomatoes? Do they do game reviews? I think they do, don't they? Oh, I'm thinking of Metacritic. Sorry, it's not a film, is it? Yeah, Metacritic reviews. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, Tom. Hi, Tom. Yeah, definitely. It's got a very definite Gambit vibe. Only not as much fun. Oh, I've leveled up. I didn't do anything for it, but it's always nice.
Health amplifiers incoming.
Okay, so look on.
Try again, lose again.
You can choose one of 3 characters from what I've seen, and then you have to buy the rest. So there's this. There is this, which is Earl, some kind of big chunky gorilla-esque character. There's a female and kind of typical,
We all die.
you know, chisel-jawed, clean-shaven, rough-shaven dude. Yeah, I will do, Clive. Clive says try it when you're not streaming. I will do. I absolutely will do. It's, as I said, I wouldn't ordinarily stream a game that I'm running on the same machine. But there ain't no choice here. And it's the context of the game rather than the game itself that I think is the interesting point. These things, I think I'm right in saying, are... And I suppose this is quite unique, not that that's grammatically correct, but you basically kill them to release these, which I believe are health packs, or shield packs probably. So that's quite cool in the sense that you've got to kill to get your shields. Having said that, that happens in Doom. So Doom Eternal, obviously, you've got to slice them open to get your stuff out, so that isn't as unique as I've just made it out to be. That looks like it's been converted from the red. It's got red all over it, so we'll see. Yeah. So look at that, scored.
Pay attention.
You're obviously locked in while that happens, so if you get attacked. Alright, got one of those. On this site, the people of Unified Planets first made planetfall on Crucible. Also, and this is a tiny thought, but it occurred to me when the entire player versus player aspect of one of the biggest games in the world, Destiny, is called Crucible, you probably want to come up with something a little bit more unique and original for your name. Because when someone says, do you want to play Crucible? I instantly say, yeah, I'll fire up my Destiny. Even if it had been Crucible, Planet Crucible or something. I don't understand the thinking behind that, if I'm honest. I thought that earlier. So, who knows? They obviously had something in mind. Maybe they've never played Destiny and this is nothing like Gambit whatsoever. Or maybe like Anthem, they gave due deference by having their characters wear cloaks and hoods.
Your hunters have captured a hive heart.
Avaz. Yeah, that's true. You could get electrified. I'm not sure what that blue thing does. I don't know if you're meant to be in it or not. It looks like a Titan bubble. Yeah, sorry. I'm probably overplaying the Destiny thing, aren't I? Right. Kind of feel like I want to leave it there. I'm not. It's not a game I'm going to play often, at least from my first hour's worth of play. I think, let me try and think again objectively about this. If this game was on Stadia, and it was free to play, would you play it? Yeah, I guess I would, if I'm honest. Would I play it often? No. Why do I say that? Because I've only played PUBG twice. It's not my thing. Yeah, I guess that's a good place to leave it. It's not my thing, PvP. But again, I don't think that should prevent me from reviewing a game. I'm looking at this purely from the perspectives of the potential of Amazon Studios more than I am anything else. And I can see how, I can see how it could be interesting if you were in Twitch. There's a level of activity going on. It's quite pretty. It's probably fairly easy to get your head into if you play it without talking all the time. But we'll leave it there. I think that's a fairly good. It's a fairly good first look at Amazon Studios' first true professional first party release. I'm sure there's more to it than my feeble efforts have revealed. and obviously it's free, so go and have a go, play with it. It's a 13 gig download from Steam only. There is some monetization within the game itself, so there is a store. You can buy packs, you can buy a battle pass and so on. Clive says it looks like a game designed by committee. It genuinely has that feeling, Clive, doesn't it? It's what's that old phrase about Camel being designed by committee? It kind of feels that way to me. If I'm honest, I'm more interested in the next game in the series. The next game in the studio is set to release, although I don't think they've put a date on that yet. That will be interesting, and I'm also interested to see what they do when they finally do hit the cloud, when tempo goes real, as it were, as to whether or not these games migrate across, or whether they're purely projects to cut their teeth on. I guess it'll be interesting to find out. Anyway, just to reiterate, I'm going to be on Brian Club Stadia's channel in, I think, about 40 minutes, which he very kindly invited me on to earlier today. And tomorrow is a big day. It's the first episode of Rock Stars at Night, which is a completely new concept, which I've been working on for a while. And there'll be more. I really don't want to give too much away until the day. Suffice it to say that I hope it's going to become something of a regular Friday night event for people to pop into. We're going to be doing it at because there is more than one, and there's more than me. We are going to be doing it every week, or putting on the show every week. And my objective really, and it's kind of, if you've watched any of my content, particularly my recorded content, my plan has always been to try and kind of achieve a broadcast feel, like a studio, like a proper production. And this Rockstars at Night is going to be the first live attempt at that. So I'll say no more, other than I've spent an enormous amount of time on it, and I really hope the tech stands up, because everybody knows that I do have a little bit of a reputation when it comes to tech falling over. But heck, what the hell, it's live, right? Tomorrow's world and all that. So look, thanks guys, thanks for popping in. I really, really appreciate it. It's great to see so many people. I just wanted to hang off a little bit later so that so that America would be awake and you guys could pop in and have a look at this as well. So I really appreciate that it's early days, early in the day for you. Just to let you know, I've kept the morning warm if you've just woken up in America, so it shouldn't be too much of a shock.